This is about Mike Tyson. We think we knew his story, but trust me, it's deeper than you can imagine. His story is no fairy tale. Born in Brownsville, the roughest part of Brooklyn, where dreams are often crushed before they even begin. It's the toughest neighborhood in Brooklyn. Crime was everywhere, like a shadow that never left. It was a place where survival was the only goal. He was a scared kid, bullied, always in trouble. Fear was his constant companion. But he learned to fight back to make it through the day. By 12, he was a seasoned criminal, stealing, fighting, doing whatever it took to get by. The streets were his playground and he was learning all the wrong games. In and out of juvie like it was a hobby. The system didn't scare him. It was just another part of his world. The streets were his school, and he was learning the wrong lessons fast. Every fight, every theft, every run-in with the law was a lesson in survival. Fighting was all he knew, his way of dealing with the world. Mike Tyson says, after the fight, used to sit alone thinking about my life. For the first time, I felt something shift inside me. I was tired of the same old cycle, the same old pain. A counselor saw something in me, raw power, untamed. He saw potential where I saw only anger and frustration. He told me about this legendary trainer, Cus D'Amato. Cus D'Amato was a name that carried weight in the boxing world. He was known for turning raw talent into champions. The counselor said Cus could make me a champ. At first I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in much back then. But something about Cus, his reputation, his story, it sparked a fire in me. It was a glimmer of hope in a life filled with darkness. I started to dream, to believe that maybe, just maybe, I could be more than a product of my environment. Maybe I could be a champion, and that belief, that hope, it changed everything for me. Training with Cus was no joke. It was intense, grueling, and it pushed me to my limits. But for the first time, I felt like I had a purpose, a direction. I wasn't just fighting to survive, I was fighting to win. And win I did. Under Cus's guidance, I became a force to be reckoned with. I started winning matches, gaining recognition, and for the first time I felt like I was in control of my destiny. Cus was more than a trainer, he was a mentor, a father figure. He believed in me when no one else did, and that belief gave me the strength to keep going, to keep fighting. Now I share my story with the next generation, hoping to inspire them for their dreams. Because if I can do it, so can they. Brownsville will always be a part of me, a reminder of where I came from and how far I've come. Is a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and the belief that we can all rise above our circumstances. So when you hear my name, remember that it's not just about the knockouts and the titles. It's about the journey, the struggles, and the triumphs. It's about never giving up, no matter how tough the odds. This is Mike Tyson, and this is my story. From Brownsville's brat to boxing legend, it's been one hell of a ride, and it's far from over. His guidance, I blossomed. My punches became lightning fast, my footwork, poetry in motion. I turned pro at 16, a force of nature unleashed upon the world. Each fight was a statement, a knockout, a symphony of power. The world started to take notice. They called me Iron Mike, the baddest man on the planet. My rise was meteoric. Every punch, every fight, every victory propelled me higher and higher. The world watched in awe as I ascended. I fought my way to the top with blood, sweat, and tears. Each training session was grueling, pushing my body to its limits. Defeating everyone put in front of me. Trevor Berbick, James Smith, they were formidable opponents, but I was relentless. My fists were like hammers and my will was unbreakable. Tony Tucker, they all fell. One by one they crumbled under the weight of my determination. Each victory was a testament to my hard work and unyielding spirit. At 20 years old, I became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. It was a moment of pure triumph, a dream realized. The championship belt was more than just a symbol. I had the world at my feet, standing on top of the world, and the future seemed limitless. Money, fame, power. They came in abundance. The adoration of fans, the flashing cameras, the luxury cars. It was a life many could only dream of. But with great power comes great responsibility, and the weight of it all began to press down on me. But inside, the demons still lingered. Cus's death shattered me. He was my rock, my guiding light. Losing him was like losing a part of myself. The grief was overwhelming, and I felt a void that nothing could fill. Without him, I was adrift, like a ship lost at sea without a compass. The world around me seemed to blur, and I struggled to find my way. The loneliness was suffocating, and I wandered aimlessly, searching for something to anchor me, lost in a world of temptations and bad influences. The nightlife, the chaos, it all seemed to offer a temporary escape. But it was a dangerous path, filled with pitfalls and traps that threatened to consume me. My personal life was in turmoil. My behavior increasingly erratic. The anger, the frustration, it all boiled over. Arguments, confrontations. It was a constant battle, not just in the ring, but within myself. The press had a field day, feeding off my struggles. Every misstep, every mistake was magnified, splashed across headlines. They painted me as a monster, a villain in my own story, portraying me as a monster. The media frenzy was relentless and the public perception was skewed. They saw the anger, the aggression, but they didn't see the pain behind it all. But beneath the anger there was pain, a deep, aching sorrow that I couldn't escape. The tears, the sleepless nights. It was a constant struggle to keep it all together, a desperate cry for help that went unheard. I was screaming into the void, hoping someone would hear, someone would understand. But the world was deaf to my pleas, and I was left to battle my demons alone. The fight against Buster Douglas was a turning point. I was unprepared, overconfident, haunted by personal demons. The world watched in disbelief as I, the invincible Mike Tyson, was knocked down, defeated. It was the beginning of my downfall. My life spiraled out of control. Allegations, lawsuits, and scandals became my new normal. The world that once worshipped me now reveled in my downfall. I was convicted of rape. A charge I maintained was unjust. Prison became my new reality, a harsh punishment that forced me to confront my demons. Prison was tough, no doubt, but it was also a time for reflection, for confronting my past and making peace with myself. I found solace in Islam, a faith that gave me strength and redemption. I won some, I lost some, but it was never about the wins or losses anymore. It was about proving to myself and the world that I was more than just a monster, that I was capable of change. Life after boxing took an unexpected turn. Hollywood came calling, offering me roles that played on my tough guy image. I appeared in movies like The Hangover and even had my own animated series, Mike Tyson Mysteries. I embraced it all, using humor to confront my past and show a different side of myself. I became an unlikely pop culture icon, my image appearing on everything from t-shirts to tattoos. I even launched my own cannabis company, Tyson Ranch. It was surreal, this transformation from feared fighting part of my journey. I've been called a monster, a hero, a legend.